So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel Fiction Star. So, I will begin with the new series What If Naruto Want to Change the World. So, this is the first part of the series, so do not wasting any more time, let's begin to the video.
Mediation is a completely difficult, however, a crucial requirement to be an awesome shinobi. Meditating for sage artwork is more traumatic than anything. Nicely traumatic for folks who are high lively and cannot stay at one vicinity. Uzumaki Naruto become one such individual. Chakra is made up of two specific components. Bodily and non-secular, yin and yang. You could bet what could appear if someone who is full of innate strength with a massive nine-tailed religious chakra inner of him. So soon to be the preceding Toad Sage all through the one's 3 years in education, Naruto helped him to be extra physically robust. So he can use that to his benefit when gaining knowledge of sage artwork, because sage arts is balanced country of spiritual, physical, and herbal electricity. An ideal successor. Surpassing Jiraiya turned into Naruto's goal ever due to the fact they commenced training collectively. Turning into Sage a great one is the nice manner for him right now. Ever when you consider that Jiraiya dying, Naruto newfound resolve to come to be strong is way greater than it should be. Now not revenge, but to honor the sacrifice made by his father figure. So, we found Naruto sitting still for the primary time in ultimate 3 days and meditating. Like some other Jinchuriki, Naruto determined himself in his mindscape, the sewer. Ultimate time he got here while Pervy Sage sent him crashing down the cliff. Goddamn, Pervy Sage thought something never modified. Hubai growl turned into echoing all through the sewer. He went there presently standing earlier than the large gate wherein Kubai becomes sitting on his pows. He opened his one eye looking at Naruto with a ice vaporizing gaze. He let out an angry growl. Why did you call me right here, Fox? Naruto questioned. I did now not call you right here, brat. You were seeking to learn sage art like the ones Toad comparing to Messid Kubai. What do you mean by using that? Why ought to I tell you, you mongrel, using the sage artwork require at empty thoughts but a pure heart. And the human type has misplaced that right lengthy ago. Full of hate and conceitedness like no different. Talking approximately yourself, taunted Naruto. Hubai thrust his palm in cage. Naruto backflipped and landed in comical fashion. Naruto let out a snicker due to the fact he continually notioned Thabiju were best creatures complete of hatred and vanity. However, similar to Kubai stated, human race is conceited. With that thought, he walked away from his thoughts breakout. While fading, he observed a gate with a circle at the door open. He just thought this is how he comes and cross. However, didn't be aware man or woman walking outdoor from the door. Outdoor International. Ma and Dad, the two-toed sage elder, had been waiting for Naruto to get an experience of natural power. That is while Naruto opened his eyes. Properly, Pa requested. I was pulled into the mindscape, however it wasn't Cuba said. The who became it. How would I recognize? I met no person aside from Kubai in there. Oh yeah, right, Pa Sensei, how vintage are you guys? Naruto requested. I am 800 maybe, Pa answer, not knowing why Naruto questioned this of all time. And the Biju. Perhaps 1000. Ma spoke back this time. Are you asking such questions, Naruto-chan? From what Kubai told me, he turned into sounding very intelligent. And wheeze, Riz. Sensible, Pa corrected. Yeah, what exactly did he let you know? Pa wondered. He stated a true sage is one that has empty mind, however natural soul. HMPM, I think you have been no longer prepared for this, however whatever if it is you then it have to be, Akema said, considering notable elder story of Rikido Seinen. Ha were given burden for a 2D, however then smiled. Yeah. Within the residence, Gamamaru, the eldest Toad smiled, infant of prophecy. He let out a laugh. I suppose I ought to touch them. It is time besides. Whilst Ma Pa were talking to every different, stressed Naruto asked, what are you men? Speak me approximately, Pa and Ma. Pa looked at him. What an harmless baby. Naruto-chan, you are going to battle a person who can be more stronger than all of the international combined. Are you geared up, my boy? Will it help in my training? Naruto questioned, eyes tough as stone. It will. It's going to make you the better sage than Jiraiya. Boipa smiled, remembering the time whilst Jiraiya cannot sit down nonetheless. Then I can, Naruto stated. The look of determination will place Hashirama to shame. Naruto becomes searching at himself. Howdy, Naruto. Naruto become pressured. He didn't recognize what is going on, but he instinctively knew that he is the one Naruto shall comfort about. So with the new solve with none sound he daced ahead to cut himself in half of dot, but each pass every jutsu all element he knew Naruto, or his darkish self knew as well. You do not recognize, do you? I am the real you, the one at the back of the masks, ha ha ha, Naruto said. All the anger, all the disappointment you were hiding, I am that. Naruto stood frozen. Now he understands what is going on. He became dealing with himself until now, and no longer knowing what to do, he turned into questioning all of the time that villagers hated him, the glares, beating when he nearly got raped until a silver-haired Anbu with canine mask stored him. Sure, sooner or later getting the scenario, he thought what made the distinction among him and the darkish him. The solution became simple: love and care. Then the Naruto lowered his defend and walked toward himself. Dark Naruto might in no way realize what hit him a second ago. They have been combating, however now he turned into simply dumbstruck. Naruto changed into hugging him. Why? Dark asked with tears rolling down his eyes. Naruto chuckled. You mean nothing, rely, we each have the entirety component in commonplace. It's just like you said, I'm you. After that, Dark him vanished and Sakura leaves. Now Naruto was standing in white plan. No person was here aside from a floating determined with a dagger in its mouth. Shinigami, was I incorrect? No, you have been now not, and yet I can read your thoughts, and yet you aren't dead. Shinigami, I said. Naruto deadpan. Shinigami is like that. Shut up, mortal, Shinigami ordered. Now then. As of 4 balls of mild appears one at a time. Naruto looked at Shinigami in confused way. What are this? Shinigami sighed. Pay attention right here. I'm able to only say this as soon as, according to the law, you ought to have wooden style. However, because your yondaime sealed 9 tails the usage of my chakra so that you were no longer able to have that bloodline. Naruto could most effective nod information anything. So these balls are your previous lives. Touch one after any other from the right one, you may understand what is going on. Now, allow me tell you, after the entirety is over, inform the GAMAMARU to present me 500 on Kurama's wager. He disappeared. He do not want to address a whole idiot S-rank ninja. He's going to understand all this on its remaining one. Naruto became performed, but then he remembered what Shinigami said. That somehow made him extra scared. Yeah, whatever. He looked at the 4 balls in front of him. Allows do that, rubbing his hand. He touched the first ball, however all the different ball went inner him. Then he started out watching reminiscences of legends. Hashirama Senju, Arya Senju, Kappa Uzumaki, Asura Otsutsuki. All of the memories began to fill in. In the meantime, the time has come, Asura said. Kurama just noted. He notioned the plan was true. If Jito Mazo were given the ultimate chakra, then complete international will damage free. If I'm proper, he's going to come here and loose you, Asura stated, even as disappearing. Kurama noticed the door with circle sign turn into a mild and flashed via the sewer. If began changing the mindscape. First it changed into the starting generation of Asura and Indra. It changed into Kappa, protecting the body of workers of Wukong clone. Then it modified once more to Arya, preventing Hikaku Uchiha with a katana pure black, highlighting the blood on its blade in sun. Then it changed for the final time. He noticed Hashirama fighting Madara on him. Right here, Kurama scowled. Soon Madara quickly after the entirety become over. He sensed Naruto floating middle the destroyed battlefield that is his mindscape presently. But after Naruto began flowing nature chakra internal his frame, it commenced changing into a grassland, and after a few more time tree started coming. Kurama felt his cage open on itself, then he sneezed. Damn, how does Uncle GAMAMARU lives here? I may not understand. Out facet, Ma and Dad had been sitting in her cooking nicely. Surely Pa changed into cooking after receiving beating from Ma for 5th time, forgetting approximately the tea Ma made until it receives cold. He's in a trance, it must be starting. They heard the voice of GAMAMARU, the eldest toad, who become taking walks outside the safe haven as on Que. They heard the wood crackling sound. Then they went outside to look. Naruto was floating within air in best sage mode, but the difference become his markine turned into going from his eyebrows, after which traveled downward, and then curving in itself like a whirlpool. Another noticeable function become his body stature, which is going through many changes, like his hair has grown with pink hair coming out from base. Trees have been popping out of the ground as silence broke by GAMAMARU, and all the toads in the yard checked out him in wondering gaze. He determined to humor them. Yogen no Ken, he stated, searching toward Naruto, the brand new sage. Then he looked at others. Wukong is coming, put together for the visitor. Ma and Pa appeared harassed why the extremely good Wukong is coming. They best heard the stories about Wukong and Buddha as some distance, as they knew he changed into nonetheless sealed somewhere in time and area. However, then they each shrugged at the same time as mumbling approximately old goats turning into smartasses. 0.19 days later, Naruto, in contrast to different sage, set free of natural chakra like a river through his frame so he can survive the starvation. Now presently Naruto has organized his memory. He already freed Kurama and talked with his mom and dad on 18th day. Out of doors, Ma and Dad were watching Naruto like a hawk for beyond 2.5 of week. The brat mastered sage mode like no other. He became respiratory herbal energy like a GAMAMARU, the vintage toad. On 16th day he started floating. Down, landed on his FT, started out doing some form of katas. The seal on his stomach vanished. GAMAMARU just chuckled. Then he grinned on the 500 Ryo. He should pay the Shinigami. He cannot apprehend what the fuck Captain of Goat will do with 500 Ryo. Pa and Ma have been greatly surprised at Naruto increase, to say the least. Just then a golden fireplace like chakra covered him. What was that? Ma yelled. Allow him awaken from the TRANCEGAMAMARU said. At the identical time Wukong regarded in the back of him, in full black and orange gear with special items along with a golden chainmail shirt, a phoenix feathered cap, cloud walking boots. I am not excited to fulfill him, I ought to say. GAMAMARU simply chuckled. Why? Because he will name you via that nickname he gave you. At the same time Naruto opened his eyes and observed he was in jungle. He stood up and looked at his surroundings. Then he noticed GAMAMARU looking at him. He remembered him by Asura soul properly. He can call himself Asura anyway. Then he noticed Wukong holding 2 wooden workforce in his arms. Then he threw one of the timber team of workers at him. Get equipped in 10 minutes. Naruto, who caught the personnel in 2-finger bullet lock, shot a glare in the direction of Wukong. Good day, Bandra-chan. Why so irritated? Naruto said in sultry voice. 5 minutes, yelled the image of Wukong. Naruto simply laughed. Then he looked at GAMAMARU. He had sudden urge to hug him as he recalled the kidhood on Asura when he performed with the antique toad. You may hug me, you know, son. As of when Naruto went as hugged the toad like nothing else depend within the international. After some time he realized that everyone toads have been searching at them. He pulled out himself and said, Nicely, what Tebeo. Ma and Pa simply laughed despite now not understanding what happened. After 2 days, KONOHA, Konoha turned into getting attacked with the aid of the supposed leader of Akatsuki Pain. He just entered the village from the front gate, destroyed the whole thing in his path, and making ready to release the attack so as to damage the leaf. Mount MYOBOKU. After getting the rundown of the situation via a messenger toad who turned into and contacted from Shima, Naruto with Gatmakichi, Gamahiryo, Wukong, and Gamabunta with Ma and Dad opposite Sumyund and Konoha. In Konoha, Naruto on the pinnacle of his summons regarded around to look his home or its last. Then he sensed all of the chakra signature. It became missing. Kakashi. He become dead. People had been dying. He were given full of anger, but the anger gave him clean visage as he noticed one of the paths summoning their summon. He seemed down, another one turned into charging at his Bak and his granddaughter. He disappeared. He narrowed his eyes. In a flash he disappeared. Subsequent second he stood on broke frame of one of the pain. After telling Gakmakichi to take Tsunade away and taking clone of Katsuyu with him, he yelled. Wukong, who were given the message, transformed himself into a battle armor with a toothpick, and included Naruto, now in golden armor with black chest plate on which 9 tails in golden mild was sparkling. On his thighs were black plate with chain armor on it. Then he began performing head seal for wood style. Wood style, nativity of golden trees. 6 phrase, nothing can be identical once more. No longer my industry, and actually I'm no longer KISHIMOTO. Kappa Uzumaki became no ordinary man. On the age of 10 he killed 5 those who became commenting, approximately his lady servant being intercourse slave. At the age of 13 he took the first course toward warrior. He destroyed endless people with just his air of secrecy. In modern times expertise like that by no means occurred. However, there was one element he in no way understood when he became alive. What is energy? That question told him to move. Pleasant answer. Then he met the son Wukong. He foolishly challenged the man who claimed to be a god defender to a combat. For more than 100th time he were given defeated, but he knew he advanced with his personnel. He trained till he have become strongest man within the whole international, until he observed his reason. A group of 5 people he worked with, destroying monster as robust as Chomai and Juki Dot, but when his partners died in front of him he went berserk. Kappa yelled top of his lungs, after which Solar Wukong modified himself into a armor. He slaughtered the one's beasts like a hungry lion, just noticed strong of sheeps. Until this present day in Demon USA, that region is called PARUSHA to humans. After 3 days of battle, he noticed the one who gave the wrong records, his best buddy, his closest companion, the ruler of Demon County of Empire. He gave him a demise stare that might positioned SHINIGAMI to shame. That same glare he gave to the paths of pain. A silver and black hue of chakra started leaking from his frame, and then he began weaving head sign. Wood style, nativity of the bushes. Human beings of Konoha watched in awe at the sight where trees started outpouring out of the floor, and took pain through surprise. Ache narrowed his eyes on lack on records on Jinchuriki or this new hidden abilities. Diva Route, no longer having presently the capability to use his gravitational force, stepped lower back, and Animal Route summoned a 3-headed canine, and a hawk huge as Hawkage constructing. Searching at them, Gamahiro and Gamatatsu jumping ahead engaged them with their guns drawn. In the meantime, Naruto made 5 extra clone who made 5 more wood staffs. The original then clapped his arms and slamming on the floor made a woodland big sufficient fill the 100-meter area around him. He knew the trail's percentage, the vision, and that they're truly dead. He also knew that he have minimal time because if Diva Course profits his competencies lower back, it will likely be extra difficult. Diva Route, looking this moved, returned with his paths, but the woodland caught up to them. But he had no fear because he changed into a god. The 9 Tails does no longer have energy to defy a god, he notion. Taking the possibility, all 6 of them leapt within the forest. Using Sage Mode, he sensed all of their location. Diva changed into standing on a branch. The real one will attention on that. Remaining will engage different Naruto and his clone, all in Sage Mode, coding it around themselves. The use of Toad Kata and the usage of Woodland as an extension of themselves jumped ahead to engage their fighters. This strategy will make user not able to counter each attack and will go away opening. The authentic Naruto landed in the front of the most dangerous path, the Diva. Looking at Naruto, he commented, "Uzumaki Naruto, it's far instead fun you defying a god, but lamentably, you shall fall nowadays. Even your new talents will not be able to defy God quest for peace." Naruto raised an eyebrow and with a smirk stated, "A god I understand, considered one of them, almost shitted himself when my friend fought him." Without losing greater time, Naruto leapt forward, spinning the personnel, which changed into getting larger. But because it turned into spinning very speedy, Diva Direction wasn't capable of see it. Diva making Black Road 2 leapt ahead. The twirling body of workers right away have become huge and attempted to hit Diva Direction, however he dodged because Animal Path, who became preventing any other one of the clones, saw it. It proved futile due to the fact clone took this possibility and throwing his body of workers, and the using bushes around him to restrict Animal Path's moves and shoved racing in his head. The clone leapt to shop any other one. Diva Direction, after leaping, used this opportunity to take his surroundings and noticed Naruto charging at him. Naruto using Frog Kata and Earth Armor whilst channeling chakra through his frame, and group of workers commenced combating and Bokujutsu fight with Diva. Because of loss of awareness from Nagato, Diva Direction turned into unable to hold up with the spinning staff. The clone who destroyed Animal Route commenced weaving hand seals and made 6 earth wall in the front of each Naruto. Each Naruto used this hazard to flop on the wall after slapping wall with explosives. The unique Matasphere of Chakra, and then introduced Wind Nature Chakra, making it in a shape of Big Fuma Shuriken, and launched it at Diva Route. Naruto knew he ought to make Diva defenseless, and if Preda appeared and absorbed the chakra it will be horrific. At the same time, the clone who was preventing the Preda course launched some other Racing Shuriken at him to buy the original sufficient time to spoil his advisory. At the same time, Diva sacrificed the human path to hold Preda Direction safe for later. Diva Direction at the same time as in any other taijutsu preventing with authentic commented, "At the same time as you're strong, and you have right processes, however it won't work towards me. If this is all you may do, then you should simply surrender." Naruto backflipped at that on a department at seated posture like a monkey, stated returned. You need me to move all out. You positive diva direction watched in interest at the genuine curiosity Jinchuriki displayed. After a awkward silence, Naruto made a clone to head and informed the villager approximately the majestic show he is going to show. Naruto regarded on head of Kurama said, I thought he could be extra stronger because of the one's eyes, but he is just someone who is trying to grow to be God. Kurama looked amused but requested, which considered one of your character am I speaking to right now? Naruto stood up slowly, hands behind his returned and closed his eyes. After a moment he opened his eyes to peer he was someplace completely else he saw himself, or rather whilst he became Arya. After which he observed the bodies round himself, and remembered this became the warfare of fire. Just about Arya's wife turned into about to provide delivery, some enemy shinobi killed her. In retaliation, Arya killed greater than 15 shinobi along with his sword. He again closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Then he determined himself on Kurama head. He stated, Brother, what you'll have completed if Indra reached killing me all the ones years ago. Kurama mood melt due to the large disappointment he felt from Naruto. Something ought to have occurred in his previous lives. To reason this tons ache, however, on the ultimate phrases from his brother's mouth made Kurama iced up. What might he have achieved? After a while he truly, and it seems that answered, conflict. Naruto smiled. In the meantime, Naruto's clone who changed into worrying Katsuyu clone. Made his manner to the people. What is going on, Naruto? First you seal me into a few form of scroll, and now you're being concerned me again. Naruto smiled, then he observed that Gamabunta became smoking his cigar looking at the battlefield with none care in the global. Oi, what are you doing here, ma kinda idiot of yourself? Gamabunta looked amused for a moment, then he stated, why did you not finish early? Oh, come on, we're siblings, scholar, are we not? Besides, wherein is Ma and Dad? Oh yeah, they have been assisting with injured humans. Naruto turned into about to mention something, but he heard a voice. Good day, difficult blonde, what is going on there? How the fuck you made timber style out of knowing which? I became round to pierce Shikamaruto with a broken leg and damaged nostril held by Hinata and every other girl he failed to understand. Oh yeah, I was about to inform you all to do not panic. I'm going to spoil some partitions of village, and approximately timber fashion, don't ask. Long tail. Murmur went around the listeners, but Naruto left out them. Using some chakra to expand his voice, Naruto said to the unrest crowd, all people do not panic. I'm going to power them away from the village. We can fight out of doors the village, and yes, simply wait. Okay, Naruto said in way then it sounds assuring, but crude on the identical time. Naruto then asked what is the situation of Hokage Bakken. This time Katsuyu stated, Lady Tsunade could be very low on chakra. If something not completed straight away she may fit into coma. Naruto right away made a clone sensing Tsunade chakra unique stated, you recognize what to do, take some of Kurama chakra and flip them into 3, 1 yin-yang. It'll make certain she will be able to at least walk like a everyday civilian until she gains the chakra from his healing seal. You've got some other clone there, won't you? Giving a nod to the clone, Katsuyu sent a message to her clone. After an nod, clone vanished. Each one just watched, but after a while Naruto spoke before dispelling already won the reminiscence from the clone tasked with recuperation of Hokage on crowning glory. It's time. At the equal time a golden spear launched up at the sky, leaving a golden light in the back of. All of us watched as the sector became bigger than Hokage Mount. However, all of us then observed as they stated mouth agape the authentic Naruto status tip of the spear in golden chakra coating himself, and the black Magatama balls in the back of him, each one and all then become pitch black. One of the black Magatama began changing itself in best snake-like pattern, which then twirled around his arms and have become a katana with 24-meter manage and 75-meter blade without a tip. A while before, Diva Route watched Naruto as he made clone and gave a slunt to the clone and waved his palms, and all the different clone dispelled. At the identical time. Diva won the capacity of its gravity. Now he become assured that he can defeat Jinchuriki very quickly. He watched Jinchuriki remaining his eyes, and taking a deep breath. Naruto, without commencing his eyes, stood up, arms behind his again like a vintage man taking part in his piece, and gave a smile. The sphere vanished in thin air, and then Naruto spoke. Use Naraka. Naraka already uncirculate and recovered each route. Diva course watched, but he felt a sizable amount of chakra greater than something he witnessed in his complete lifetime. Not even Jido Mazo radiated that a great deal chakra. After which he watched Naruto golden armor changed itself in a short sleeve mesh t-shirt and black pants, and the chakra blast regarded full pressure as Jinchuriki remodel once more as his frame became blanketed in golden chakra with 6 black ball at the back of him levitating in clock with 9 magatama and a moon symbol on its back. Diva in other direction jumped back, as at equal time previously vanished sphere released from ground to the sky. He noticed that Naruto became looking at him with a gaze of indifference, and he smiled. Diva Path watched as Jinchuriki disappeared and checked out sky. He noticed Naruto flying and hastily landing on top of now magnified spear. TSUNIDPOV. Everything became right an hour in the past. Konoha became like every other day, bustling with day-by-day activities. Then Akatsuki got here, and he turned into the same individual from return than from Aimkakure. He came from the front gate like he owned Konoha. Absolutely everyone who got here in his way were given destroyed. Even Kakashi did not stand a danger. The commenced floating in the air, and inside seconds complete Konoha turned into destroyed. Anger stuffed me, but helplessness changed into there too. I wasn't capable of do something. I knew I do not have greater chakra, so I used to be just sitting there in center of Konoha. Or it stays. Then exactly like earlier then, the brat stood in the front of me at the body of certainly one of 8 dot, but this time he failed to take successful. He destroyed the body like it was nothing. He advised me to escape from here, that brat. I knew I wasn't going to make it. If I didn't die, then perhaps I'd at least be mine dead. Alternatively, out of nowhere, this brat pulled scientific jutsu on par with me and gave me a few KU by chakra dot. Then he advised me I'm just a clone. I felt like demise yet again, maximum unpredictable ninja indeed. I simply arrived again wherein all the villagers had been accumulated. Deliver me the record, he yelled, Speedy taking the charge. 233 dead recovered, 3,000 are injured, more stated. 233, it's an excellent wide variety concept grimly. Shisho I listen, Sakura yell. Sakura, help all thy ended due to the fact at the back of Sakura I saw a wooded area in center of the crater. Tenzo does not have energy to create that. The who did. After which I noticed a huge spear shot out of the wooded area. It become golden, just like Naruto armor, and no longer exceedingly Naruto was standing on top of it. His presence on my own becomes sufficient to summarize any doubts I had about Gaki. No man. Sakura, Naruto will manage the chance. Shop as many people as you could. How I heard her yell, I used to be proud of her very well. I checked out the golden parent on the most important structure presently standing on crater. Finish it fast, Gaku, I yelled. I didn't understand if my voice may also reach that a long way above, but then he looked at me. I swear I saw him vanish. Subsequent element, I knew he become status earlier than me, and gave me a kiss on my brow. And then he vanished once more. I swear to God, I can kill you myself, I yelled half-of-heartedly. I heard Tsunade Hell approximately completing of quick. It truly is the equal component, she said to me after I used to play with her as Hashirama. As I was musing in my recollections, I heard Diva pronouncing. We are able to end of fast. There he was standing, observed that there had been all 6 of them. HMNP, do you know while my father changed into on battlefield he used to mention something comparable? Do you understand who my father was? He stood there face displaying no feelings. It changed into a puppet in spite of everything. Looks like they don't know. I grinned and said I may be lower back. In a flash he leapt at my pinnacle velocity, gave a kiss to Tsunade's brow, and came back in some other second or so and stood in the back of the ache. Idea they didn't notice. How could they? I used to be nature itself in any case. I flared my chakra. I saw them all flip round and I leapt and used my velocity to kick Naraka path, destroying it absolutely. I mentally commanded 2 of my Magatama to turn into roads and impale Asura in animal paths. Diva leapt onto me with what I'm able to say from his eyes changed into anger perhaps. Well, a dead puppet, but nevertheless a puppet. I jumped once more, the usage of my sword to interact Diva. I used my superior speed to wreck all the rods with my swords he become firing. I noticed him flaring his fingers outward and use of all amazing push. It become concentrated attack, so the wall in the back of me and 10 or so meter were destroyed. Simply ended already. I heard Kirama yell, there are folks who you want to shop. Yeah, became playing this fight too much. My multiple personalities may be my downfall. Channel certainly one of your persona at a time then, attempt Kapakirama said. I closed my eyes and opened them again. Diva Rout who turned into status before me checked out me with barely hidden fear. Why would a guy claim to be God could worry him? Easy. I just stood within the sky when he used his almighty push. I landed on a ground and tapped my foot at the ground. The Magatama in the back of my lower back grew to become themselves into L-shaped rods. The floor underneath us vibrated. Diva jumped lower back. A throne of 180 centimeters, with a Penrose triangle behind and dragons as armrest came out of the floor. My Magatama helped throne float in air. I mentally called my spear. In a blink of an eye, fixed eye, it has seemed in front of me. Time began transferring slowly. I took the spear from air, pulled it back, and sent it railing in the direction of the Diva direction. I saw human route protecting for Diva, however his calculation have been incorrect. It went through his left eye, and went for Diva path, destroying it too. You finished? Now pass locate the outer direction and ask him about Juki. I can't feel that bastard right now, I heard Kurama say. Deactivating my S6P mod, I went toward the actual pain. Nagato, Fukasaku knowledgeable me as such. Oh fuck, I forgot my throne. I made whistle from my finger, and there got here my throne from the bushes. I jumped on the air, and landed sitting at the ground. Let's cross. Closing one has been defeated. I wasn't capable of use. Planetary devastation pain stated to a discern to its left. Is he coming right here? Conan requested. He is. What's the plan? Why? Hi, they heard a person from above. They snapped their head towards. There they noticed on a throne floating within the air. So you are the outer path, the actual one. Conan took stance paper with sharp edges floating in air near her, an offensive gesture. Loosen up, girl. He spoke, however, from behind. She slowly turned around to peer. Another Naruto standing there with a completely bored expression on his face. So you have come here to take revenge? Nagato asked, searching nowhere, but gaze looked directly to the person on the throne. Naruto started out floating downward. It stopped simply slightly above the level from Nagato chakra system. Just to expose Nagato that Naruto nonetheless have the advantage right here. Tell me your story. You pontificate approximately peace, but you wish to restore Jubi. Nagato raised his eyes upward to look Naruto within the eyes. I needed to apply Jubi as a weapon, to use it as fear to deliver peace, Nagato replied with a shrug, which best went as a shrug at this point. Then he started out telling Naruto about his past in Amagakure, approximately being orphaned to meeting the dawn to Jiraiya. When the part approximately Danzo came out, Naruto was shocked. It hurts to look your student go from being an excellent character to just outright being merciless to human beings. However, thoughts of Arya and Kappa made the choice of looking after it immediately. After hearing the whole tale from Nagato, the thriller of his eyes became greater mysterious. Rinnegan can in no way be a mutation because it contains the capability of yin-yang. Nothing can reflect it. So this supposed fake Madara need to have took cells from Hashirama body's pieces started out to fill in. And Naruto understood the complete photo, approximately what's taking place. Do you recognize something? Humanity would now not have risked towards the Jubii, and also you can't manage it. It's downright not possible. And then you desire to install fear in the heart of the sector. You failed to take into account approximately the children who might be underneath strain from the adults who are already underneath strain. As a matter of fact, who informed you approximately the Jubi any manner? Naruto questioned after stating the flaw in his plans. Madara Uchiha, or he claims to be, despite the fact that he does have a Sharingan, only one. Naruto paused Nagato right there and stated, let me tell you what Jubi certainly is. After occurring what his father advised him while he became the Asura, he instructed the exact same tale approximately his grandmother, and approximately how his father created those tailed beasts, and why. Nagato being shocked with being a sarcasm, Conan he turned into mad that this fake Madara had used them to this extent. I'm pretty certain it changed into him who orchestrated the attack on you, in which your existence modifications, Naruto stated. Naruto can sympathize with him, but he cannot do approximately it. They had to know how lots darker the direction they had been strolling. Nagato, together with his hands slumping, just checked out ground with tears in his eyes, mourning the buddy and his friendship. Conan changed into no longer faring any higher. After a few silent thoughts on how his lifestyles changed simply because of him converting searching toward crying Conan how that masked Uchiha took the whole thing from him and his buddy, however, most significantly, how plenty the world have suffered because of him after a while of self-contemplation. Nagato made a decision. Conan, please bury me except Yahiko. Conan snapped her neck to prevent him. She knew what he's gonna do, however, looking at him already appearing the hand signal. It was not possible. Extra tears commenced to fall from her eyes, however she couldn't do whatever. Looking up once again, she then saw Naruto on floor standing and searching up to Nagato. Contend with her, Uzumaki. Nagato stated. I'm able to, and I never spoil a promise, TTE Bayo, Naruto said. In Konoha. A statue seemed in middle of the Konoha and opened his green mild particle pouring out from it. All lifeless humans began waking up. Tsunade frantically regarded round with a baffled expression, after which noticed Shizune waking up. In her entire service of 40 years she has by no means visible something like that. But filings those difficulty aside, she speedy hugged her assistant. And niece like her lifestyles trusted it.